Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. Today, we are not doing a prediction list. No, we're not doing a prediction list. For the people that are saying this is a horrible prediction, it's not a prediction because it's not a prediction list. This will be a list to fix the problems of the meta. The biggest thing wrong with the meta is power creep. And a lot of decks have it. You really can't fight it, and you really just have to adjust to it. Another thing I wanted to say is that I will be playing under this list. I will be playing anybody and Yu-Gi-Oh! Pros, or I will record anybody that wants to play under this list in my Facebook group called Yu-Gi-Oh! Pros. Message me and let me know you guys want to play, and I'll record a game. And we can definitely make edits to this list where possible. First, we're going to be starting off with Forbidden. Morphing Jar. Why is Morphing Jar forbidden, you ask? Well, Morphing Jar does nothing but promote gimmicky decks. Gimmicky decks such as Jackpot 7 crap. You have the Empty Jar stuff. Like, Morphing Jar does nothing for the game but promote these type of decks. And it's just a really bad card. Self-destruct button followed the same feat just as much as Final Countdown going to 1. But Morphing Jar is just one of those ill blood cards that does nothing for the game but create just a lot of dumb things. Next, newly limited. Coach Soldier Wolfbark, Judgment Dragon, Sinister Serpent, Karakiri Beret, Yugioh Guardian, Dragon Shrine, Evil Swarm, Exciton Knight. Now, the reason why Fire Fist practically get off on this list completely is because they're completely balanced. What is broken and just entirely stupid is +1. I'm not even going to give it the nerve to call it Fire Fist. Anytime you run 3 Wolfbarks and 3 Bears, it's not a +1. It's not Fire Fist. It's just Bear deck with Wolfbark to Exceed. That's not a deck. Clearly, they only use those 6 Beast Warriors, 3 Karkards, Effect Veilers, and stuff like that. That's not Fire Fist. So what we do is we address that deck because it is the #1 deck right now. Coach Soldier Wolfbark to 1 completely kills the deck without hurting Fire Fist or any other deck that needs the Fire Fist cards effectively. And Fire Fist, they probably still will be tier 1, but not as +1. In this format, I hope to balance a lot of decks and make them tier 1, as well as prepare for the OCG meta. But I don't think that Fire Fist will be dominating the boards. If you guys definitely want to playtest with it, we will find out if Fire Fist need further hits. Next limited is Judgment Dragon. Limited Judgment Dragon, it's a very ridiculous card. It is the strongest monster in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! There's not a single monster that is stronger than Judgment Dragon, not even Cast Emperor Dragon. Why? Because not only can you drop Judgment Dragons in multiples in the current state that we are in now, at the cost of 1,000 life points, you can blow up everything except for him. 3 of him, 9,000 points on the board. That's game. And it's not like it's extremely hard to summon Judgment Dragon if you're playing Light Sworns, or to recurse Judgment Dragon back to your hand, Monster Reincarnation, Beckoning of Light. So the card definitely needs to be touched, especially with the new Light Sworn support, giving them 3 new names in the form of Raiden, Michael, and the other card. Something needs to happen to that. Next newly limited is Sinister Serpent. Card's not broken. If you guys want to run discard cards in your deck and run Sinister Serpent and hope to get that combo off, by all means, go ahead. If you guys want to live in 2006, I'm perfectly fine for it. Sinister Serpent is just not a broken card. It doesn't deserve to be on the list anymore. It doesn't merit the same type of level of greatness that it used to have. People are going to rant and complain, well, duh, now you can use your Divine Wrath and it's an infinite monster. Bro, it's 300 attack. Stop tripping. It's not that great. Next is Karakiri Beret. While I didn't hit anything Yugioh on here, I hit Karakiri Beret because I've noticed when Yugiohs like to go off, or when the only good Yugioh variant goes off, it typically involves Karakiri Beret for an OTK. OTKs are not healthy for this game at all, so Karakiri Beret went to 1. Also, Karakiris themselves are a deck just built on one thing: OTKing the opponent, and if they don't, then they fail. They need a complete reboot. I'm sorry. Me putting Karakiri Beret is going to piss off a lot of Karakiri players, but the deck just needs a total reboot because it's extremely spammy. It only is built for OTKs. Next is Yugioh Guardian. Goyo Guardian to 1. My logic behind this is, um, if and only if Goyo Guardian destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon it to your side of the field. I'm sorry, last time I checked, Big Eye was running around and Big Eye had less requirements. All you had to do was summon it. And since, rank 7s are the new level 6 synchros, so it shouldn't be that hard for a lot of decks just to snatch your monster. The logic behind Goyo Guardian is not everybody plays the same deck. So, me playing Fire Fist, somehow miraculously winding up snatching a Bujin Yamato, that's not going to do much for me. Me playing Mermels and somehow miraculously snatching a Fire Fist Bear doesn't do much for me. We've moved out of the format where Goyo Guardian, or where we're playing generic cards and Goyo Guardian can capitalize. Yes, Goyo Guardian is a synchro killer. I can still snatch a Stardust Dragon and be fine. But then again, who really plays Stardust Dragon? Spark is out, and Goyo can't get over Spark. It's just a whole bunch of other synchros that is like, if I do snatch with Goyo, it's like, okay. But Exceeds, I'm not gonna get anything but a monster. Next is Dragon Shrine. Dragon Shrine is 2/1 to address the Dragon Ruler Heretic deck. I don't know why Konami has a hard-on for Dragon Rulers, why they like continuously giving them Foolish Burials, but from recent ban lists, you can tell that Dragon Rulers aren't typically the problem, even when they were at 2. The problem with Dragon Rulers is them being able to mill each other, send multiples of them in the graveyard, and maybe with Dragon Shrine limited, Foolish Burial limited, Dragon Ravines banned, Card Destruction banned, Super Rejuve banned, it's just all those cards banned, maybe the dragons themselves can come down to 2. Since they don't have any ways to send multiples in the graveyard. But just to be safe, I didn't do anything to it at all, except for the Dragon Shrine 2/1, completely killing all Dragon Ruler decks, including the Dragon Ruler Heretic trash. Dragon Rulers should not be in Heretics. Heretics should be Heretics. That's it. Next is Evil Swarm Exciton Knight. Exciton Knight does not deserve to be on this list. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. But there's a couple of flaws with Exciton Knight. The person going second, that automatically has less cards than the first person, because the person going first drew 6 cards. So until that new rule change goes, Exciton Knight will always be the advantage for the second turn player. All they have to do is drop 2 level 4 monsters and neg themselves that 1 card to blow up the whole opponent's field. I don't know what you guys think, but that's still a little unfair, even if the advantage of going first is so much. Summoning an Exciton Knight to blow up your whole opponent's field is just a little bit more unfair. That is one reason why it's at 1. The biggest reason, though, is because if the opponent finds a way, you Exciton your opponent, and they find a way to gain advantage on you again, you suck at this game. Just quit. What do you need more than 1 Exciton Knight to win this game? That's practically unfair. If you can get off 1 Exciton Knight twice, and they find a way to out advantage you, you deserve to lose this game. Like, you're not good at this game if they get 2 Exciton Knights off on you, the effect of Exciton Knights off on you, and you have to go into another one. That's stupid. Why is this card more than 1? Mainly because Konami wants to make money. But still, the ability to mass blow up your field for the cost of 2 level 4 monsters, something that's so prevalent in this game, I think it definitely needs to be touched because of bad players just continuously going into Exciton Knight when they are losing to good players who somehow miraculously still gain advantage over the bad player from negging themselves in the hole all day. Next is semi-limited. Let me clear my throat. Mermel Abyss Linda, Mermel Abyss Theus, Infernity Necromancer, Infernity Archfiend, Neospatian Grand Mole, Charge of the Light Brigade. Linda and Theus, I want to address the Mermels without killing them, and this is my first attempt. Same thing with Infernity Necromancer. While Mermels aren't an OTK based deck anymore, they still have a lot of power, and seeing that I hit a lot of decks, I kind of have to hit them to try to balance the meta out. I don't want them running around being tier 1 and the only tier 1 deck out there. I'm not 100% sure if Linda and Tias will exactly do it, but hopefully we'll be able to get some good games with Mermels with these two and see if it did slow them down enough to balance the meta completely. Necromancer and Archfiend to 2. Almost the exact same reason why Karakuri Beret is at 1. This deck is stupid. The only thing it does is create loops and OTKs. Why did this deck just needs a complete total reboot? With that being said, I don't want to kill the deck. I want to limit its stupid plays. And like Mermel Abyss Stias and Mermel Abyss Lin, I'm not 100% sure if this will do the job. That's why hopefully we can get some games going and see if it does the job. Next would be Neospatian Grand Mole. Grand Mole is not the card it used to be. If it was, or for the players that do think Grand Mole was the card it used to be, jump out of 2006. We're in 2014. That's almost a decade after, you know, Grand Mole's prime. Being able to bounce an Exceed or Synchro back if the attack goes through is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Grand Mole has no merit on this game. Not every deck can use Grand Mole and splash Grand Mole. Some decks will and take advantage. But, excuse me. You guys have to also remember I did not address Ophion on this list. I'm addressing Ophion through other methods. Next is Charge of the Light Brigade. Woo! I feel that Judgment Dragon at 1, Charge of the Light Brigade should become more of a consistent deck. Not being able to drop Judgment Dragon consistently because it'll probably get bottomless or something else. You're going to have to rely on other methods to win. Maybe, after a couple of testing, Judgment Dragon may be able to come down to 2 with Charge of Light Brigade. But for right now, we want to try to give Lightsworn the consistency they need without the power of the strongest monster in the game. Last, newly unlimited is Reborn Tengu and Gladiator Beast Bastari. Let's face it. I've been telling you guys all day, get out of 2006. Now I'm telling you guys to get out of 2008 and 2010. Reborn Tengu is not the card that it used to be. Being able to replenish himself with another 1700 attack monster. No, it does not help Gladiator Beast. No, it does not help Fire Fist any way whatsoever. If you see a Fire Fist player playing Reborn Tengu, I don't know what to tell you. They're trying to recreate +1 Fire Fist instead of Wolfbark with Reborn Tengus. Good job. Good luck scrubbing with that. Gladiator Beast Bastari, on the other hand, is another thing. You guys, it's not 2008 anymore. Summoning Geysers is not the most amazing things in sliced bread, especially with the type of back row that we have and the type of resources that we have to get over this. Artifacts are coming out, so Gladiator Beast players beware of destroying masses back row without any repercussions. Another thing is that Bastari is not the broke card that it used to be. Like I said, spamming Geysers is not the answer for Gladiator Beast anymore. With that being said, if you guys would like to play under this list, or if you guys would like to record some of you guys' games under this list, just go ahead and hit me in the inbox. I am more than happy to change this list according to what you guys think, only if there is, it has to be an amazing opinion. It has to be tested. It has to be going through. Right now, some of these were tested, going through. I've built practically all these decks and tested the consistency of the decks that I have hit. And so far, when testing, you know, with drawing hands and stuff, Mermels are pretty balanced. +1's dead. Judgment Dragon deck is no longer Judgment Dragon deck. It's finally back to the Lightsworns. Card are practically dead. But then again, it's a deck that shouldn't exist anymore. Dragon Ruler Heretics is dead. But as you guys can see on this list, I did not hit Heretics. So Heretic players rejoice. Thank you guys for watching another segment of the Cali Effect. Please like, comment, subscribe. But most of all, enjoy.